Welcome back to our Toyota Tundra refresh presented by Continental Tire, where today, in the third and final episode, we're going to finish this thing off cosmetically and hopefully have no more of these. Why don't we get started with these side steps, which we've removed and had powder coated by our buddy JP at Stripping Tech because they were chrome. And we're deleting as much chrome off this truck as we can, as you would have seen in the previous episode where we did that on the rear bumper. And in the previous 2 episodes, you would have seen us have an epic battle underneath this truck with rusty nuts and bolts. However, the good news is we fixed a lot of things.
We're over the hump.
We're over the hump. We fixed a lot of things, including we have a working emergency brake, and we now have upgraded suspension from Eibach. We have fresh brakes from Power Stop. So big progress has been made. After these got powder coated, we had to put in these riv nuts because the OE fasteners got destroyed in the process of removing them. As you can see, we've got 2 holes left to do here, so we'll show you right now how we do that. If you're not an OG on the channel, maybe you don't know what riv nuts are, but they're actually a pretty ingenious invention. So they're kind of like a rivet, as you can see, but they're threaded on the inside, and they have a flange on the front side, or the top side, I should say. So, and you can see they're knurled around the neck area. So what they're designed to do is drop in a hole like this, and then with this rivet style gun, expand the backside, like mushroom the backside like you would with a rivet, and it turns it into a permanently threaded hole in whatever you need a permanently threaded hole in. Give that a good squeeze, like so. Probably not best to do it on a teeter-totter of a table, but you get the idea. Now we screw this out of here. Ignore the knuckles, everybody. Nothing happened in the previous episode that you want to go and watch. It wasn't embarrassing to me at all. There was no bloodshed. There was no crying. There was no complaining. It was all winning, as it is on a 14-year-old rusty truck. So with this out of the hole, you can see now we have a riveted in threaded hole.
So DP, I'm not sure on these side steps. The truck looked so cool without them.
It did. I know. It had like that cool off-roady look to it, but I've got kids and a short wife who need these to get in and out of the truck. So as much as I like the look of it, practicality's got to reign supreme on this one.
I do particularly like the, what is this? It's almost like a rhino liner.
It is, yeah.
Like a wrinkled black. It's really nice.
Yeah, he recommended using this very tough powder coat for that reason. Moving on to what I consider the worst sore spot on this whole truck. That's right, it's not the rust. It's the front headlights, and it's not because they're faded and they look kind of crummy and worn out. It's because they put off a pitiful amount of light. These are non-LED headlights, and honestly, for a car built in the last 20 years, the headlights are just really, really weak at night. We did try different light bulbs and stuff in them, but because they're not HIDs or LEDs, it just didn't look good. I was blinding people and so on. So swapping these out for a proper LED headlight, and there are aftermarket solutions for this, but we decided to go OEM because, man, I do love the way these 2018 and newer Toyota Sequoia LED headlights look. They are absolutely beautiful, and they are LED. They are gonna put off all the light, and they're gonna look really cool, really update the look of the front of this truck. So yes, there is this little cutout area here, which doesn't match the OEM one, but we've got a solution for that. All right, guys, one headlight in, and man, that was really easy. Obviously, we did use a patch harness there, which we got from a guy on the Tundra forums. We'll put a link in the description if you want to try to find them, but it's not a business, it's like a side hustle he does, but it does make wiring these up really easy, and as you can see, everything else just bolts into place.
They look so good.
They look good? I love it. I love it. All right, let's see how these things look with a little bit of power sent to them. That is daytime running lights, and
Oh,
I mean, look at that compared to that foggy, messy orange. It just looks so old-fashioned compared to this. Like this.
and I do like the
this is
Tundra.
modern
The
hotness.
OG Tundra lights are actually quite nice.
It's a very
but-
clean, simple headlight,
yeah.
but they put off such poor light and such a unattractive a light. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of a yellow.
Oh, I mean,
light.
this is just
This is-
modernize the truck. Turn the lights on, DP. Let's see
Yeah,
what the lights look like here. Oh wow, yeah, that looks gorgeous.
Oh man, that is so good. That's like jewelry on the front of the truck now. And I mean, obviously if we polished that lens, it would look clearer, but it still looks kind of old-fashioned to me. This really modernizes the front of the truck.
The Chrome Delete theme continues here. As you can see, this is our new front grille, and quick differences. This is a 2010 plus grille for the Tundra. You can see the difference here. This grille kind of is like more rounded, has this larger piece of black insert there, and this one is a little bit different. As you can see, it kind of changes it up, small differences. And what we have done with is gone with like an aftermarket, you know, updated Toyota. This would be like a TRD spec style grille, and these aren't actually, I think, available on any of the Tundra trucks for this model year. So this is kind of just an homage to the new one, which is really cool. It's gonna be, I don't know, a little bit of work to swap over. You can see there's a bunch of clips and everything that we do have to move over, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Simple grille swap, right? Of course not. This is a rusty car, which means this has now gone from probably being a 20-minute install to a 2-hour job, because these nuts which hold the grille on are set with these studs into this plastic. And guess what happens when plastic and rust meet? Well, the plastic lets go first. So all I'm doing here is spinning the bolt and the stud that was set in the plastic that is now broken loose. You'll see over here, I haven't cracked this one loose, but see, it doesn't want to turn. I can feel it, and now it's twisting in the plastic, and there you go, done, not moving. We are committed to making this new grille go in here, which means the old one is just gonna get destroyed. I'm hoping I can take the chrome piece off of here just by breaking all the tabs off that hold it in place onto the plastic. I hope that's the case. And then, so now, oh, it's still.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
It's held in on the
There's
side.
one screw there, right?
Oh, it's held in on the inside too. Here you can see along this side. The clips are here. But, oh man. Oh boy. I'm gonna need I think
tool?
a pry tool here.
Yeah.
Or what I'm gonna do is just chop this in half now.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, wow, that's a good piece of plastic. No match for the Milwaukee pliers. These are really badass. Having a set of like a good set of
Side
cutters, yeah,
yeah.
certainly helps. Okay. Oh yeah, that certainly helps. I see bolts, DP.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing that typically you remove, actually, now that I think about it.
These are in plastic inserts, as you can see, like that, so they come out relatively easy.
Wow.
They should have put inserts like that all the way around here, but no.
Don't scratch my grill, PT. Don't
I
scratch
know, it's
my
over.
grill.
This poor grill is. You hear cracking. Not great.
There you go. There you go.
Somehow that feels somewhat satisfying. But oh, dude, it's a rust bomb under here. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. That is just so bad. You can see the square in there spins. Because of course the rust is stronger than the plastic. So with us having access to this now, this will be easier to actually get off. I think we'll just break this off next, the front of the grill, and that'll leave us with these metal assemblies, which is what we need. Behold, everybody, there it is. The grill is off. And now you can see what I was talking about. These square studs, all of these have to come out now, which isn't gonna be a big deal because now we can hold them. I'll be able to put the Milwaukee on there. Maybe we'll bolt bust them first and then we'll go from there. So we've removed one of these studs and we bolt busted, and you can see it did peel the paint, which is not great. And the bolts are so rusty that they're essentially stripping even with the 10 mil. So I've got the extractor bit out here. And what I've been doing is, you can see I'm holding it on the back side, then coming in with the extractor bit here. It starts biting and then yeah, there it goes, it grabs, and hopefully it just breaks. If it breaks, something, oh, the extractor bit failed me. Something's spinning. So it's broken because the two pieces are moving. There you go.
There you go.
And this is what's left, but look at, freaking rust nightmare again. I want to curse and swear, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to keep it clean for you guys here.
Time for the angle grinder, PT.
I don't want to use an angle grinder. God damn garbage piece of shit.
I thought you said you weren't going to be swearing.
Fucking hell. Stripped it completely. God damn piece of shit. Had some time to relax, calm myself, and finish this install. The one thing we didn't do properly is we didn't order the 2010 brackets. We just put an order in for those that go right here, and they'll come out and stiffen up the side of the hood here. But otherwise, this thing was a bolt-in experience, and man, the look of this now is unreal.
So
look
much
at this,
better.
DP. This is like, we've now gone like full modern day TRD Toyota, pro, whatever you want to call it, spec here, and I'm blown away by how much nicer it is. Even if you don't go with the grill, if you have a Toyota grill, paint matching this to the body just gives this thing like such a more modern look, right? Like we just went from, early 2000s with the chrome everywhere now to like more of a 2020 style truck, and unbelievable. I absolutely love it.
All right, we are making the last steps in dechroming this truck, which means removing all these chrome emblems, which I'm not gonna miss. I think it's just a nice way to freshen up the look, make her look a little more stealthy. So we've just heated up the adhesive behind these. Did a quick Google search to make sure there was no gonna be any holes under here, but it's all just held on with adhesive. So we're just gonna peel her away here and we should be good to go. All right, to get this off here, we're gonna use our 3M adhesive removal wheel here, and this does a remarkably good job. You have to kind of use some restraint in terms of the speed you go at, but once you get some heat into this 3M pad, if you wanna call it that, it really starts to blast through this stuff. All right, that is the last one. And as you can see, we are hitting it with a polisher just to get the, the worst of the sort of etching around the edges of the letters that work their way into the paint. But as you can see, looks pretty darn good.
Looks proper, look at this.
Looks good, right?
The chrome is gone.
It's a whole new truck. I'm actually kind of blown away how different it looks just with the debadging, and of course the front end is a radical change, which I absolutely love. I mean, we can't change the front headlights like that and leave these old ones in here. And as a matter of fact, the taillight on the other side has a huge crack in it through here, and it was filling with water. So I drilled some holes in the bottom to get the water out, and then caulked the crack up with like bathtub caulking.
Full ghetto spec.
Full ghetto spec. So it is time for an upgrade, and for that, we've gone with these spider taillights, which I think are going to obviously update the look tremendously. These are, I think, quite reminiscent of the more modern Tundra taillights, so I really like the look of them, and I mean, frankly, anything's going to be nicer than these faded, cracked old ones. So let's pop these bad boys in there and see how they look. Man, I love them, PT. What about you?
Heck yeah.
I think it's...
they certainly have that new Tundra look, right? Like
they
that
do.
Squared.
The square, yeah. They clearly, I think, were inspired by that design. And again, like the front end, I think it just updates the look of the truck tremendously. And for those of you who are looking at the stickers here, I got those from Meme Lord TRD_Ferguson on Instagram. He's a Toyota guy and a fan of the channel, and he sent these to me for the Tundra because I thought they were hilarious when he posted them on his Instagram page. So I like them even more now. PT, what about you?
Woo!
It's got presence.
Dude, we are into the 2020s with this truck now.
It feels like we've made a quantum leap ahead, and from a safety standpoint too, we're going to have more light out of the front with those LED headlights, and people will be able to see us better from the back. So I really do think these are an upgrade, not just aesthetically, but performance-wise too. All right, PT, first thing first, give us some gas. I mean, it sounds very similar to stock, I would say.
It just has that
Slight bit more growl.
And I love it. I absolutely love it. The last thing you want in a pickup truck is that obnoxious, like, start up in the morning.
Yes.
This thing is perfection, I think, from an exhaust system. Just a little bit more deep tone. That's it.
Yeah, it's a grown-up exhaust system.
Yeah.
We're not building a bro truck here. I use this to haul my family around. I live in a neighborhood where I actually respect my neighbors.
Yeah.
So no, it's nice. And
thank you, Borla, for making a true,
actual
proper exhaust system.
Grown-up exhaust system. And I like the look of the dual exhaust tips.
Me too.
I know you were kind of like at first.
Yeah. No.
Now that we look at it on the truck,
it's really grown on me.
It's a nice, classy touch. So I think we're winning there. And the brakes feel fixed. Whatever we had going wrong before, maybe they were just worn out, or maybe we had some kind of a leak in the system or something.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, it's gone, because the brakes feel fantastic now. Like if I didn't have a guy tailgating me, I could snap your neck forward with them.
Yeah.
And the pedal's firm and responsive the way you would expect them to be, where before they were like really soft, and you'd have to really stomp on them to get the truck to slow down. That's gone. So
I love the Power Stop brake system is actually really good. It's powerful. It's not loud, and from a towing aspect, it gives you a ton of confidence.
Yeah, that's
stopping power.
Really, what I like about them is the pad compound is designed for towing, so you can be like in a big descent with a 10,000 pound trailer behind you, and you're not going to cook the brakes and have a dire situation.
Yeah.
So that's really what that's about. And the iBox ride better than stock for sure. Like, this is a pretty bumpy, harsh road with lots of little risers and seams in it, where
like right there,
on the old suspension we'd really be crashing over them a lot more harshly.
They're more pronounced, right? And now it feels softer.
Exactly. It just soaks up those high-speed impacts much nicer. And maybe some of that's also coming from the Continental Terrain Contact HTs.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they have a slightly softer sidewall than the ATs did. I don't know, but I suspect most of it is coming from the iBox. But the HTs are definitely quieter, and I would say smoother feeling than the ATs are. The ATs have a bit of growl because of that sort of bigger, knobbier, tread pattern profile. And I think because these aren't knobby, they are quieter, and they also feel just maybe a little bit smoother rolling down the road.
And you've had a chance to drive them on the highway, right?
I have, yeah. Same with the iBox. I did drive on them for a weekend. And at first I was like, man, it feels like stock. But the more I drove it, the more I realized what a good job the iBox were doing at soaking up like the high-speed bumps, and generally just making the truck feel slightly more compliant, so a little bit more comfortable, but it's still a truck. Like, it still needs big spring rates, front and rear, to do truck things. So it's not riding like a Cadillac, but it's just taking that edge off, which makes it just that little bit more pleasant. So I'm thinking they're well worth it, and obviously having the adjustability of the ride height lets you, get the look you want with the truck too. So yeah, man, so far I think this is all win, and visually I couldn't be happier with the update we've done there. It's
stunning.
The truck has not had a lot of love for the 8 years that we've owned it, and it's nice to do an update on it and kind of give it a new lease on life.
It's really amazing what a little bit of paint, updated lighting, and a front grille will do. Like, this thing looks like $1 million, man.
It really does.
It's. I think people aren't going to know what this thing is when they see it rolling down the street, because it does have that old Tundra body, but with like new lighting, D-badge. There's like no chrome on it. It's just so nice, man.
Yeah. Well, after getting a taste of these, unfortunately, we have to take them off because there is a winter storm coming tomorrow. And although these would work reasonably well in, light winter, we're going to a true winter tire because we do get things like ice storms around here, which we're supposed to get tomorrow. So out go the TEs, and in come our Viking Contact 7s. These are a true winter tire. As you can see, they have a lot more siping and grooving in them than the HTs do. And these do have a season on them, so they are a little bit worn, but you can see they're still in very good condition. And we can tell you from a lot of experience on these now that they are spectacularly good in the winter. Be it snow, ice, anything you could throw at them, they work remarkably well. And they are a little bit squishier than an all-season tire or summer tire, obviously, with the the way there's more siping in them. They do feel a little bit squishier on the road, but overall I find them to be very quiet and a very pleasant very pleasant winter tire to drive on. They're not noisy or overly squishy the way some winter tires can be. So. And as for the wheels, well, these are actually our old Mamba wheels, which we put on the truck a couple of years ago as a winter setup, but I had them powder coated, again by our homie JP at Stripping Tech in Cambridge, because we didn't love the diamond cut details that were on here. So these were black face with diamond cuts in the spoke grooves and in these like riveted areas. And it was just a little bit too, bro truckish for us maybe. So we decided to go with this classic matte finish gunmetal color, which I think will look really good on here. All right, fellas, torqued down and ready for winter. But if you live in an environment where winter tires are not relevant to you, let's say you live in Florida or Costa Rica, and you want a high performance summer tire, maybe the very best high performance summer tire money can buy. Well, guess what, everybody? Conti just came out with their all new Extreme Contact Sport O2s. This is an update of their very popular, at least around here, Extreme Contact Sports, and they have made some revisions to things happening in the tread pattern. By all reports, they are faster in the dry, better in the wet, and in our experience, just an amazing all-around summer tire. They give you huge amounts of grip in the dry and in the wet, whether you're on the street or at the racetrack. And you can actually take these to the track and beat on them hard, and they stand up to it very, very well. So a true ultra high performance summer tire for anybody who wants something that they can enjoy their car on the weekends or even at the racetrack.
For people that don't have to endure winter DP.
That's right.
You're lucky. If you can run these all year round, you live in the right place.
That's right. And can we move in with you soon? Because we're not up for this winter thing.
So we've been alluding to this for quite some time as to what we're going to do with the rust situation on the truck. And that's why we are here at Honey Seal. Jake's going to jump in here and give us a quick lowdown as to what they're going to be doing. And of course, this is Jake from Honey Seal. We've brought you quite the beast here.
Yeah, I would say so. It's definitely a crusty Ontario truck. Going to take a little bit of work to get this thing to where we'd like it to be, but this is all something that we can mitigate and stop this kind of rusting from continuing. So it's going to take a little bit of work, a couple days I would say, but overall you're going to be happy with what happens. Transformation.
All right, well, I am going to be leaving you to do your work here, so we're going to cut to you going through the process of this, because I'm excited to see it, and I'm sure a ton of people watching are excited to see this and what's going to happen.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Honey Seal process. I'm going to start off by taking a little walk through this vehicle and just look at the starting points that we have. This wonderful Toyota has seen some years of Ontario and thus has some different types of coatings on it and quite a bit of different rust areas on it. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing cleaned up to a more cleanly factor. remove all the contaminants, blast out quite a bit of this rust. And then we're gonna get the honey seal wax on it, protect it so it doesn't end up looking like this ever again. So here we are after the blasting. Simple painting on this, get it back to a nice suffocation level. This Toyota's got a much brighter future. Little added bonus for the boys. You can remember us in a few years when they climb the race. Looking to find where the forest is going to grow. I think we got a couple too many leaves in there. And it's probably making some nice soil. So if you've all seen the bottom of this truck, you know it's crusty, but when you find things in behind, this is why it's crusty. Don't worry, we'll clean that up for you, Dave.
All right, we are back at Honey Seal. This is Jake, and wow, you guys have worked miracles. It's only been here a few days.
Yeah, 3 days, 3 long days.
I mean, I can't believe it's the same truck. When I first walked in and looked underneath, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Like, all the scaly, disgusting rust is gone, and you've sealed it, you've painted it, so you took the rust off.
Yep, so we blasted out all the contaminants, all the rust, everything else out of the metal, and then we'll seal it,
Right.
paint it, and then wax it. So you get it back to like a factory
So
setting.
you seal it, paint it, and wax it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So it's like a primer coat? more or
Exactly,
less?
exactly.
And then the black.
Yep.
Which gives it like that factory fresh look.
Exactly.
And then of course the last step being the delicious smelling honey seal.
Yes, the crayon smell for a couple days on it, yeah.
Which is, as we talked about before, it's like a wax-based sealant, basically.
Yeah, paraffin wax.
Paraffin wax.
Yeah.
And it lasts like 5 to 10 times longer than your average sort of like oil sprayed or
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
those
So
guys are
yeah,
using.
you're talking about in the non-highway areas, 10 to 30 years. Like in this kind of area here,
Yeah.
we find
Yeah.
where you take a lot of impact on this.
Sure.
So that's something that's going to be 3 to 7 years on average.
Right.
So come back and touch ups on this, but for a lot of parts in the upper body,
Yeah.
we basically don't see you back for those. We just do the touch ups.
Amazing. Well, obviously, if you want more information, find you online at honeyseal.ca. Is that
That's
right?
correct, yeah.
Or use the phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
We're
guys pick up phones here. which is
yeah,
amazing.
1833 Honey Seal, Honey SL. You can see us at. So
Great.
give us a shout.
Thanks so much, Jake. I'm blown away by the condition of it. I'm probably gonna have to keep this truck forever now. If that makes. So, if you guys have an old truck that you love this much and you want to bring it back to life, this is a heck of a way to do it. Or if you have a new car that you want to preserve for a long time, or if you have a classic car like our Type R that came in here that you want to seal up for long-term preservation and enjoyment. These are all great ways to go here, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, we'll do brand new. We'll do fancy exotics. We get just about everything from here.
Very good. All right, well, queue up, folks. It's only going to get busier in here because, wow, this is incredible. All right, fellas, that is a wrap on this build. It has been a grueling week and a bit of rusty bolts and busted knuckles, but man, the payoff has been big. And by the way, I really like the winter wheels and tire setup. I think this color choice and this style works really well on the Tundra. Now that they're this gunmetal color, you agree, PT?
Yeah, I do. I like it.
I think it looks great, and they're not going to look that good for long because there will be salt and dirt and everything on them shortly. But for now, the truck looks absolutely amazing. Thank you, everyone, for all the support on this build. It's truly a transformed machine. I have renewed enthusiasm for it, and thank you most of all to Continental Tire, who supported this build. Their support throughout the year is amazing for Pete and I, and we are absolutely true diehard enthusiasts of their tires. We have yet to try out a tire of theirs that we aren't big fans of, and man, I hope you're a big fan of what we've done with the Tundra. I think it looks amazing. It feels like it's just got 10 years younger with all the visual updates, and it feels like it drives like a new truck again too. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this. In the next episodes, I think we'll get back to maybe not busting so many knuckles and not dealing with so much rust.